Bob the Boy in Blue was sitting in the early matinee theater watching a superhero movie. He was a normal boy but wanted to have superpowers. Unfortunately, he'd always just be a normal boy and not have those superpowers. And when he left the movies, he was walking along the sidewalk heading home. And then all of a sudden, a snake appeared in front of him. Now, Bob was deathly afraid of snakes. He's afraid that the venom would make him very sick and die. But Bob was amazed when the snake spoke.
Come here, little boy. Come see me.
Now, Bob wanted to get out of the area quick, but where would he go? How would he get there? So he closed his eyes and thought real hard. Next thing he knew, he was spinning around in circles. When he opened his eyes in a hot, humid ocean, how did he get to the ocean? When he looked down, his arms had changed into flippers, and he could swim and jump in the ocean's water, just like a dolphin. But was he a dolphin? Yes, in fact, he had morphed into one, and was swimming away from the mean snake who followed him when he morphed. And the snake got close to him again and said,
Come here, boy. Come and see me.
Now, Bob didn't want any part of the snake's venom. He wanted to get out of the ocean quick. But where would he go? How would he get there? Bob closed his eyes, thought real hard. Next thing he knew, he was spinning again. Suddenly, he was in a beautiful dry afternoon on the African savannah. How did he get to the savannah? When he looked down, his arms, which were flippers before, had now been hooves. Hooves that belonged to a giraffe. His neck was long and he could reach the leaves at the top of the trays. But was he a giraffe? Yes, in fact, he morphed into one and was prancing away again from the deadly snake who followed him again. The snake slithered up and hypnotically said,
Come here now, boy. Come and see me.
Now, Bob didn't want any part of that venom, so he wanted to get out of that savannah real quick. But where would he go? How'd he get there? Bob closed his eyes and thought real hard again. Next thing he knew, he was spinning in circles. As he spun around, he landed in a cool, rainy evening in a forest somewhere. But how in the heck did he get in the forest? He knows that it's got to be something to do with that spinning around in circles. But he was not sure why he would be spinning around. This time, he looked down and noticed that his hands weren't flippers or hooves. This time, his hands were claws. Claws that belonged to a big old bear. He knew that he had morphed into a bear, and he was strong and powerful. Maybe he was strong and powerful enough to overtake the snake, but he wouldn't. He would have to trick that snake. The snake didn't come around at first, so Bob waited. Finally, the snake appeared, and in a mischievous way said,
Come here, boy. Come and see me.
This time, Bob knew what he needed to do, so he closed his eyes, thought real hard, and thought of a place that the snake would not like. He started spinning around. Bob morphed into a cold and starry night. He morphed into an alien. He waited for the snake to morph with him, and finally the snake arrived, went very close to Bob and stood there. Bob stood there very strong. The snake whispered into his ear,
Boy, now that you are here next to me, I just want to...
And Bob took off. He flew up and up into the sky. The snake followed him, but Bob flew up where the oxygen was so thin, it's hard to even breathe. But Bob didn't have any trouble with the lack of oxygen. After all, he morphed into an alien. But the snake, he couldn't breathe. He tried to chase Bob, but he fainted and passed out. As the snake floated back toward the ground, Bob took a trap and captured that snake. The snake wouldn't be able to chase or bite Bob ever again.